Mm. Hopefully everyone can hear me. We shall see. Part two. I've had to restart at home because of technical issues with my phone. Apparently my phone hates me. But thank you to everyone that came to the duck pond a minute ago. I am going to try and film that tomorrow again. I don't have my son this week, so not till his day before his birthday. Hopefully this goes out all right. I'm going to check that it's all gone out because I have to be like Eli, and I have to check because I've already had problems today with my stream. And part two is probably no one will probably turn up. Someone might. Someone's like, no, she's already been on once today. We've had her for 8 minutes. I don't need to hear Raven anymore. Well, that's your choice. I'm currently filming through YouTube because my StreamYards has run out. I've used my allocated allowance on StreamYards. You only get 20 hours a month to use, and I've apparently used my 20 hours. So now, unfortunately, I'm having to use streams through. I'm having to stream through YouTube because I don't have any more StreamYards until the 8th of March. So at the minute, this is the only way I can go live. I can go live on my phone, but my phone has had issues this morning. I've already had to reboot my phone once. I went to Asda, and for some reason, my phone just conked out. And then I got it working again, and I went to the duck pond, and I thought I'd sorted it, and apparently not, because my phone conked out again. It's having technical problems. I have no idea. It's getting old. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Doc was in here, Coach was in here, Riley was in here. You boys were amazing. My little bros across the pond, if you want to call it that. Today is just so busy. I've been inundated with stuff this morning. Like I said, I had an appointment this morning that ran late, so that put me late. I meant to be filming a graveyard at 2, and I don't know if I can get there in time. I might have to rearrange the cemetery till tomorrow because my phone is having technical problems for some I don't know reason. But I'm home now, as you can see. And I meant to stream at the graveyard today, but my phone is having issues of momentous amount. I might go to the graveyard this evening, maybe have a late night stream. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'm having problems as always. But my title, Loyalty is a Must. Now, if you haven't been to my channel in a while, you will know I still hate Eli with a passion. Not going to change. And yesterday I saw something that just turned my stomach, and that was Eli and RJ as best buddies planning to do shows together and topics together, and it just made me ill. So hopefully my stream yesterday went out all right, and that people didn't think I was bashing RJ. I was just stating my opinion on the subject more than anything. It was literally my opinion. And not offending anybody, obviously, with my opinions yesterday, but I do feel very strongly that loyalty. Good morning, Solus. Are you still up? Solus, you haven't gone to bed. Solus, you need to sleep. But yeah, I can't have anybody up because I'm on stupid YouTube. Apparently. Unfortunately, because my StreamYards has run out for now until the 8th, which will be good because StreamYards will come back in just before my son's birthday, because I want to stream on the 9th. Loyalty is a must. Like I said, my phone conked out. I was at a duck pond a minute ago. If you saw the first half of my stream. Hi, how do you know I haven't been to bed? Because we spy on you. We watch you all the time, Trenchy. I watch you when you sleep, my friend. I know you haven't been to bed because at the minute it's 12:30 here, and if you've gone to bed, it's like 4 in the morning where you are or something. I don't know what part of America you're in, but it must be between 4 and 6 in the morning where you are. And I don't believe you went to bed, Trenchy, because I don't think you sleep very much. It makes sense, yeah, that I'm stalking you. Of course it does, Trenchy. Why else? Who else is going to stalk your channel better than me? Let's be honest. But I can't actually live stream and have people on my stream until the 8th, which is Monday. But I'm streaming on Tuesday because hopefully my son's presents will have arrived and we can do a pre-birthday stream on the Tuesday. 7:31, but yes, haven't been to bed yet. 7:31. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so you're on the East Coast, Trenchy. Are you in the East Coast? You're 5 hours difference, aren't you? But if you're here, do free to comment in the chat, voice your opinion on loyalty and what it means to you. I'm loyal to everybody. Like I said yesterday, I saw. Yes, you are on the East Coast. Yesterday, I saw RJ and Eli becoming best buddies, and I decided to do a stream because I was so angry. Just pent up anger yesterday, and I was just annoyed, highly annoyed with the whole situation, how it had been planned from what I can tell, how it had come about, how it had been instigated, and the outcome. And as I said, my theory yesterday holds water, basically. Basically, the story is that RJ went on to Riley's. I had technical problems. My phone hates me. I don't know why. But its battery just depleted within like 10 minutes. It's having issues. So I'm back. But yeah, I wanted to reiterate on yesterday's stream on the whole RJ Eli thing, and that my theory, I believe, holds a lot of water. I believe that RJ went on Riley's stream knowing Eli would see him. He knew Eli would try and get in contact with him. Then RJ would have a reason to bring Eli onto his stream to try and make everybody friends. He then heard Lycan's side of it on the same stream because he knew that would rile up Eli. Then Eli would go back to his own channel and do his own stream bashing Lycan. And then Eli would then use that as an outlet to say, look, RJ, you heard all this bullshit from Lycan. I'm telling the truth. You need to agree with me. Probably messaged RJ or phoned him numerous times after the interview the first time. Then RJ apparently invited Eli to come on his stream for a second time and be re-interviewed to hear some more bullshit from Coach Eli. And then during the stream with RJ, from what I can gather, towards the end, about the last, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, Eli said, "Can I give you some advice, RJ?" And obviously, RJ, being open to opinions, said yes. And Eli's advice was that he should take the trash out of his channel, i.e., us, and that basically he should be basically given a wrench and basically have somewhat of control over RJ's stream, and he should be able to pick basically who RJ associates with. Now, Lauren was in the chat saying basically that if RJ wants to talk to these people, he should be allowed to. It's his channel and he should be allowed to choose who and who he talks to. And Eli said that the only way for RJ to grow his channel was to take out the trash and the trolls, and that way he'd have people there that were there for his content and wanted to hear his opinions and stuff. So basically, Eli wormed his way in to get to RJ, and now he's trying to do it so that RJ either bans us from his channel or apparently doesn't acknowledge that we exist. RJ is trash and he can do what he wants, and I just won't go back. Very true, Coach. Yeah, Eli was basically saying that we were trash and trolls, and that we would be better off not being part of RJ's channel. And he basically said that RJ could do much better without us, that together as a team, him and RJ could be better. They could get to 10,000 or 100K. So basically, he sweet talked RJ, filled his head with bullshit, and basically RJ's just thrown everyone else to the curb for Eli. I don't know what Lauren's thought is on this. I did say to her last night my theory of how Eli's playing RJ to his advantage, and then last night, Eli did a walking with purpose, and there was a girl in his chat called Rini Vesta, and apparently the doctor, once he'd found out that Eli was talking to another person with disabilities, went to her channel and sent her all this stuff, basically warning her off Eli. I don't know anything about that. I didn't go to her channel. But she does have a disability, and Eli was very interested in talking to her. She's a God-fearing woman with a disability, and apparently during Eli's stream, he said he was a God-fearing man, that he was misunderstood, that people had twisted everything, that the video the doctor had sent her to her was clipped, taken out of context, and he was nothing like that. He was a God-fearing man, and that he was nice to people, and that people aren't just giving him a chance anymore. They basically just want to see the negative. And I'm like, are you serious, Eli? And she was falling for it again. She was like, oh, well, I don't listen to trolls and I make up my own judgment, which is a good call on her side, making her own judgment. And then Eli was like, maybe we should have a call behind the scenes later. Like, another one, Eli. Like, stop. Honestly, I wish them the best, but it won't ever happen. No, it'll be like the King and the Cup show. They'll get maybe 2 or 3 shows out of it. Look what happened to Eli and Granny. Eli and Granny Monster were doing 2, 3 shows a week, and then Eli turned into a complete dick, and stuff changed overnight. And Granny Monster did the best thing she ever could, was get the hell out of there. I know she was always a top contributor. I thought the doc got you. Yeah, you thought I was mobbed, Riley. No, I had technical issues with my phone. I've run out of StreamYards. So I've had to come back for now. I can't have anyone on my panel or anything until the 8th. I've run out of StreamYards, and it renews on Monday. So I can't have anyone on my panel now until Monday. I've run out. I only get 20 hours a month free on StreamYards unless I pay for it, and it costs me like $20 a month to have unlimited. Yeah. I can hear Katie loud enough. I'm sure you can hear it both ways. No, I was live at the pond and then my StreamYards cut out. I've run out of StreamYards. You only get 20 hours a month, and I've run out until the 8th. Hey, God, the good one. How are you, my friend? How is Yorkshire? Yorkshire. Did you freeze to death in the cold, God? Because, God, golly, it looked cold up there. Not as cold as down here. We had -6 at one point. I don't know what it was like at yours. RJ and Eli was last as long as they did last time. Yeah, I mean, I don't get Eli's angle. At some point, RJ's going to flip and he's going to come back to us, or attempt to. And then Eli was trying to get a new woman to see that he's a God-fearing man. All good here. I'm sat at work. You are my radio. Oh dear God, no. Me on radio? I don't, well, to be fair, I don't have a face for television, let's be honest. Raven, get a new email and sign up and you can stream 40 hours a month free. Can you? Oh, okay. I'll have a look into that, Coach, because I've run out at the minute, which is a shame because it's always when the best shit happens on YouTube that you run out. So like I was saying, on his stream yesterday, the Walking with Purpose, he then decided that talking to this God-fearing woman called Renee or Renee or whatever her name was, he claimed to be a God-fearing man. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Elo, but a God-fearing man doesn't use the N-word, doesn't call someone an F-word, doesn't badger people, hire hitmen, and basically talk the way you do to people, and the corruption and the backstabbing. And if you're a God-fearing man, I suggest you go to your church and you confess the hell out of everything you've done, Eli. There's only one God, and I'm right here, exactly, God the good one. Can only have one God on YouTube. And Eli, the God narcissist, unfortunately, there's no room for you on YouTube. I hate people that take advantage of people like Renee or Renee by saying he's a God-fearing man because he obviously went to her channel and there's he read her first interview video and it says that she's basically a God-fearing woman, and being a God-fearing woman, obviously Eli was like, oh, I'm a God-fearing man, and just jump in there with this bullshit that he's a nice bloke and that we basically we twist everything to our own analogy, and basically we tell people what we want to hear rather than what Eli actually is, which is obviously crazy because if you look at Eli's greatest hits, apparently we've chopped it, we've cut it up, we've changed how it looks to put him in a bad light. Now, I'm sorry, but if you want to be put in a bad light, you've done it yourself. You use the N-word. No God-fearing person would use that. You called a blind man a faggot. You called him all these other names. And this is because you were triggered as a God-fearing man. Now, a God-fearing man, as you claim, would have tried to have diffused the situation, would have tried to talk, wouldn't have shouted, wouldn't have been triggered, and would have tried to work around the situation in a calm, timely manner. You chose not to. You screamed at Joe Buddy, you screamed at RJ, you scream at everybody, you're always triggered. Even on your Walking with Purpose, you were so angry at Jamie and the PT Cruiser stuff, which is hilarious. If you want to do an entire stream on that PT Cruiser stuff that you're so insistent that Jamie did, do a whole entire stream on it. I implore you to do a whole entire stream. People can then see exactly how crazy it sounds. You know, that Jamie would even care to go to all this extent to scare you, Eli. Why would he? Why would he bother? Like, people have time on their hands, yes, but time on their hands to mess with you. Seriously, Eli, you think really highly of yourself, which is your downfall because nobody else does. Um, I hate to be the bearer of bad news to you, Eli, but narcissists on YouTube don't last. People, if you look like you said, look at Onision. He was a narcissist. He's gone. Shane Dawson was a narcissist. He's gone. Narcissists, God complexes don't fit well on YouTube. On YouTube, people want to be seen as friends with people. And if you put yourself onto a higher pedestal than everybody else, you're going to be up there by yourself, my friend. No one's going to want to join in. You've tried to, I wouldn't say sabotage your own channel, but you've tried to do it so that only members only can talk. And that went really well because your 4K subscribers had 2 people in your members only talking, which then meant when you had new people come to your channel, they couldn't even talk, which is a great way to invest in networking by making it so no one can chat in your chat. I think that was a brilliant idea, Eli. Now you're trying to say that you and RJ can be this little Batman and Robin scenario, like you did with JB and you did the King and the Cuck show, which actually lasted 3 episodes, I believe, before you rage quit. So, you know, you then tried to do morning coffee with Granny Monster. You did a couple of weeks of that. And then finally Granny had enough of you, thank God, and left. She came to her senses. And now you're trying to do like a chat show, whatever it's called, with RJ, claiming that this is going to be some wonderful revolutionary thing and you're all going to be popular and it's going to get you subs and you're going to get monetized, RJ, and it's just all lies. Just all lies. If no one can stand to hear Eli, how are they going to watch Eli with RJ? Where is your audience coming from? You've already gone to numerous communities, burned bridges. Now, to find new communities that either haven't heard about you or haven't been associated with the stuff you've been in. I mean, I hate to say it, but on YouTube, word of mouth spreads really quickly. People have Discords. They've only got to put something in the Discord and at it to everybody, and an entire community could know within a day of what you've done, Eli. YouTube is a really quick platform to get a message out onto. You could do a live stream, you could put it in Discord, you can message behind the scenes. As soon as you do somebody or do something wrong, an entire community can know within a couple of minutes. So if you believe that there is a community out there, other than the hashtag I'm a creator or the Reborn community, or the Lycan Legion, or the Brutal Mafia, or Riley's community, or God the Good Ones community, or Soulless community, or mine even, that haven't heard of your stuff, where you can go in there fresh and clean and start afresh, I don't think there's a community left for you. I mean, you went to Lewis Fuller's community. You've tried to go to Rogues. You've tried to go to AOLs. You've tried to go to everywhere. You've tried everywhere, Eli. And the minute you go in there, they already know about you. And why is that, Eli? Is that because you portray a good look of your channel? Is that because you give good coaching advice? No, it's not. It's not because of your coaching. It's not because you're good at networking. It's because they've heard all the bad about you. And they've heard the bad about you because stuff on YouTube travels. It does. If you do something wrong or you say something about somebody, it'll end up in Discord. Someone will do a live stream about it. It will be tweeted. And within 5 or 10 minutes, a community can find out everything just like that. They don't even have to watch your video to find the meat and potatoes of the content, because it's when you do something wrong, Eli, whatever you do, is usually that bad that it needs to be highlighted by somebody in a stream, in a Discord. You can't hide what's done on YouTube. There are videos, there are screenshots, there are messages, there are behind the scenes stuff. You can't create a new persona on YouTube when you've damaged your reputation so much. It's not possible to go back. I could be wrong, and you can comment in the chat and tell me different, but once your reputation on YouTube has been tarnished in some way, it is hard to pull back from it. If you've said something to a community, if you've said something to a person who's got lots of friends, if you demean somebody's character or personality, you have to fight really hard to get back from that negativity that's been put out there. And I'm sorry, but when you've been on here for like 3 years and you've done so much to so many people, I would be the first one to say that you are going to find it hard to find somewhere else on YouTube that hasn't heard your shit. And bringing RJ with you will not better RJ in any way. In fact, it will probably make it worse, because when they find out that RJ is supporting you, they're going to question RJ on why he would support somebody like you that does the things you do to people. I put 8 messages out, and in less than 3 minutes, Fuller's chat went from 12 viewers to over 200. Exactly. Eli doesn't understand how YouTube works yet. I think he's still a baby of YouTube. I don't think he gets that when you come on YouTube, you have to hold yourself to a certain standard. You have to hold your behavior to a certain standard, because things on YouTube stick. Bad behavior sticks. Things you say on YouTube sticks. And when you create such a negative vibe towards your channel, I can't believe you would get traction to come to your channel. Now, you're claiming that because Riley bought you subs and because we won't leave you alone, the traction to your channel is bad, and that basically your content is only being pushed out to us. Now, if that was entirely true, Eli, people, hang on. Sorry. It's my eBay. If it was true that the negativeness that we put out onto YouTube apparently is what's stopping you growing, then why do you still talk about us? If you honestly believe that your community is sick of it, and you believe your community wants your walking with purpose stuff, and they want to have your coaching, how does it benefit you by, when you're doing an example of your coaching, that you keep referring to people that apparently you don't want to associate with and you don't want to talk about anymore? Your people in the chat then question who Jamie is, who JB is, who this person is, and then you go for a 10-minute monologue of how they bullied you, and you go off topic by doing that. Technically, you go off topic. So then when people come to your channel to hear your actual coaching, you mention all these other people that you don't want mentioned or you don't want to be part of. And then when they go to their channels, you find the problem with them going to check out these people. And you're like, oh, no, you don't have to go to check out their channels. What I'm saying is gospel. If you honestly believe someone would sit there and watch your channel and listen to your stuff and then not go check the other person's channel that you're bashing, or saying stuff about and using them as examples, there are other channels. And then when they go to the other channels, they find out that what you're saying about them is not true, and they end up staying with them. The problem is with Eli is that he thinks he's the expert on everything and has no respect for anyone else's opinion. Exactly, God the good one. That is well said, my friend. That's the exact opinion that he gives off, that he's some big cheese on YouTube that everyone needs to bow down to, that everything he says is gospel. And like I said, if you give out a bad negative vibe on YouTube, and tell people not to check out these channels and that these are bad people, 90% of people are going to go to that channel, watch that person's content, and none of what you're saying is actually going to be in there. My message to Eli Welly is everywhere, and we're watching you, Eli. Time to go. Exactly, coach. When people check my channel out, all they see is vlogging and video repairs. Yeah. Eli believes that if he talks badly about Riley, Coach, JB, and everyone else, they're going to go to these channels and they're going to see all this negative, bad stuff that Eli claims we do. And when you go to their channels, you don't see it. Where is the bad stuff? Now, JB has done a lot of bad things in his time, but if you go to his channel right now, you're not going to find videos of him bashing Eli. You could go to Jamie's channel. You're not going to find videos that target Eli necessarily. He has plenty of other content aside from that. And the only reason Jamie usually mentions Eli is because Eli's done a video on him and mentions him every time as an example. So the problem I think Eli has is we're not his content audience. Fair enough. But when you tell your new audience about us constantly, most people would go check their channels out. And then what happens is they go to Riley's and they go to Jamie's and they go to mine and they see that we have good content and good live streams and fun chats. And they then start watching us. And then you basically turn around and say that Lycan was stealing people, that we're in each other's chats, basically stealing them and trying to pull them away from you. If you didn't want people to know about our channels, stop talking about them in your live stream. Because the only reason I knew about Lycan and JB originally was because you wouldn't stop talking about them. That's how I found Lycan and JB. You kept talking about them, and one day I decided to go over to JB's channel and find out exactly what this in-your-face political, I can't remember what terms you used, but they weren't good back then. And I went and watched a couple of JB's live streams. I watched some of his political stuff. I didn't agree with anything he was saying, but because you mentioned him, Eli, I went to check him out. And then when you started talking all those years ago about Jamie going for you, I went and checked out Lycan's channel. It's how it happens. If you mention these people enough to somebody, they're going to do their own research, and they're going to go to the person's channel, and they're going to look at the channel, and they're going to look at Riley's channel, and they're going to see that Riley does vlogs, he does his repairs. They're going to go to Jamie's channel, and they're going to see his artwork and his reviews. They're not going to see all this negativity that you're claiming we do, because we don't do it, Eli. The only person that is mentioning us so that we leave your streams is you, my friend. If you didn't use Jamie as the spoiled, entitled millennial example through every conversation you have on your channel, and you didn't mention JB constantly, and you didn't mention Riley, people wouldn't go check out their channels. Half of the time, they come to our channels and say that they've come from Eli's, or we've heard you talking about Eli and I was once banned from his channel. That's how we get our people, Eli. You basically repel people. They come to mine, they're gonna see Eli's fuckery. Exactly. You come to my channel, you're going to hear what Eli is up to. The whole situation he had with Gemma, when he was going for Lycan Theory, when he was going for JB. I kept out of it. But at the minute, he's just so, he doesn't get the bringing RJ into his little coup, as he calls it, or whatever it's called, is not going to help RJ, and it's not going to help him. Because the two of them together have made such a negative impact on YouTube with their personas, with their reputations. I mean, Eli has a reputation for bashing people, bashing the disabled, threatening people. And RJ has a reputation for being a flip flopper. It shows that he's distrustful. Um, and together, it's a match made in hell. It's just a ticking time bomb. And at some point, Eli will fuck RJ over, or vice versa. And then RJ will be coming back to us, or attempting to. And then Eli's going to blame us in some way, guaranteed. When those two fall out, it will be because we got in RJ's head, or because we instigated it. And whatever fight they then have will be because of us, because apparently we have plenty of free time on our hands to plot and scheme and worm our way in. That's Eli's theory. But at some point, they will fall out and it will be our fault. We won't have done anything, but somehow, in some way, we will have wormed our way in, and somehow we would have broken them two up. Apparently, we did the same with Granny Monster. We came to the coffee morning with Granny and Eli, and apparently we wrecked it enough that Granny left. No, it was just that Granny Monster was tired of your shit, Eli. Basically, that's all it was. She was tired of his shit. It had nothing to do with the fact we came over there to support Granny when she was doing her live streams, or that we came in there to chat before most of us were banned. It was Eli that did it. Eli split that up. Eli split the King and the Cuck show up all those years ago when he did 3 videos and then rage quit because everyone was being mean to him. And he's going to do the same thing with RJ, and then somehow it's going to end up being our fault that those two fall apart, because it will be blamed on us. Whether it's blamed on us for talking to RJ behind the scenes, whether it's blamed on us for talking in a live stream and people being highlighted about the two and no one comes to their shows. He will find some way of turning this around, that it's us that's stopping the two of them growing and that we split them up. I heard Jamie made Eli stub his toe and the doctor pinched Eli's nose. Did he now? Yes, all the doctor's fault. The doctor is an amazing man. He is just everywhere. He's every person on God's green earth. Every time there's a troll, a situation on Eli's chat, oh, the doctor did it. Oh, the doctor did it. He's just obsessed with this doctor character. He literally must wake up every morning in sweats, believing the doctor's going to get him today. He's out there like some kind of shadow looming over him, because he's just obsessed. I thought he was obsessed with JB at one point. Then he became obsessed with Lycan Theory. But the whole doctor thing, it's been going on for so long. It's first it was kind of funny, then it was cringy, and now it's just kind of ridiculous. It's gone up in the scale of, well, it's funny, someone's trolling him, and then he's like, I'm getting a restraining order out on you, and we were laughing our ass off. And now it's just past the ridiculousness of Eli. No one's out to get you in real life. I don't know what you think we're up to. Hey, Kool-Aid. But you I would say you're kind of losing it, like mentally. I think at some point you're gonna have some kind of breakdown. I can see you being triggered recently, little by little triggers here and there. And I think at some point, especially with RJ now, at some point, I think Eli might have a slight breakdown. I think the doctor stuff and Jamie stuff and the PT Cruiser, which he won't drop, and now RJ, I think at some point Eli is due for a little bit of a breakdown. I think it's coming. I think it's boiling up. I think he's working on having a breakdown. And I can see it coming when him and RJ fall out. I think he's going to get majorly triggered one day on a stream, and he's going to kick RJ to the curb, and we're going to see the demon preacher come out in RJ, because he's going to fight with Eli. And Eli's going to blame all of us, and say it was all of us that conspired to get RJ away from us, and that we want RJ in our community, which I don't want RJ at all. Loyalty is loyalty means everything to me. When you join a community, loyalty should be one of the things that you have with your friends on YouTube. Loyalty means that when they're in trouble, you have their back. When they need help, you're willing to help them. If you have an opinion on something, they don't judge you for it. Loyalty is something that you don't have, Eli. You don't have loyalty. You stab people in the back. You're always going for people. Did he think he was being followed on his walk again? I have no idea. He did seem a bit edgy on his walk. I don't know if anybody else watched his Working with Purpose stream, but he did keep looking around and looking behind him. He did seem like he was on edge. And he had said that he hadn't been on a walk for about 9 months, I believe, since the PT Cruiser incident or since someone was sent to his park. I think he became so worried that someone was after him. And that in his stream yesterday, he did seem to keep looking around, whether it was because he didn't want the geese taking over his channel or because the planes were so more interesting than his content. He had to keep finding them. And he wouldn't talk when people went past him. I don't get that. I've live streamed before in public and I don't care what anybody else thinks. But he kept stop talking when someone walked past. He'd say, I can't talk. We'll talk in a sec. We'll let these people walk past. Like, why? And then he kept filming the planes. And I was like, what happened to your content, Eli? It did actually take him a record 20 minutes yesterday to get to the point on his walk because he decided to talk about the old days first before he got to his actual stream. And then I'm not even sure if he discussed the actual topic. I got to I think I struggled through half an hour believing he might get to a topic. And within 20 minutes, he was still rehashing the good old days and some other bullshit. And I kept zoning out and going back to Netflix because I've been watching some really cool stuff on there instead of watching Eli's boring face. But I watched the Cecil Hotel yesterday on Netflix. I watched the Night Stalker series, and I am now watching the Yorkshire Ripper series. So I've got a lot of stuff I've been watching aside from watching Eli make a complete fool of himself. But yeah, 3 things I can highly recommend on Netflix in the UK is the Cecil Hotel investigation of Lisa Lam. And then I watched The Night Stalker, where he terrorized and just killed people at random. If you haven't seen that, that's a great series. And then I'm also watching The Yorkshire Ripper now, which was about the so-called copycat of Jack the Ripper of London that attacked people in Yorkshire. And he was nicknamed the Yorkshire Ripper. Yorkshire. Got the good one. That's also on Netflix, which I'm now watching. It's basically the Yorkshire Ripper is basically where this killer is going around and he's basically recreating certain kills from Jack the Ripper. He has a certain style, he's doing certain things the same. And then the guy that's actually the Yorkshire Ripper, I believe when he actually died, he actually claimed to have been Jack the Ripper. Now, whether that is true, I don't know whether he was ever Jack the Ripper because that was never, they've never found out who Jack the Ripper was. And I've been fascinated with that case for years. But he claimed on his deathbed that he was actually Jack the Ripper. It's a riveting series and I haven't completely finished it yet. But as you can see from my channel, I know a lot about serial killers. I write about them. I watch them. It's a hobby of mine. Some people think it's weird. I think it makes my channel. If you didn't know as well, I hit 2K on my channel this week. Round of applause for me. We're going to celebrate hopefully by next weekend. I'm waiting on my new banner and my new logo. That's being worked on, and once that has been finalized and it's on my channel, we will do a 2K celebration because I've worked so hard over the last 3 years to get 2K and I'm so happy. And then on Tuesday, we should be live streaming my son's pre-birthday. He's 13 on next Wednesday, and you guys in the chat bought him a load of stuff for his birthday. And you're going to see everything I bought him. We're going to live stream, hopefully, if he's in the mood to. And I'm going to show you everything we bought him. You'll be able to meet my son. You'll be able to chat to him and talk about his birthday that's coming up the day after. And then I'm going to share with you his presents. We're having a Chinese on his actual birthday. Thank you to you guys that chipped in to buy my son a Chinese and to help me out in this really bad time. You guys raised over £100 to give my son the best birthday he could ever wish for. He's got his remote, he's got some clothes, he's having a Chinese. And then once lockdown is fully lifted, I'm going to take him out so we can spend the rest of the money. So big thumbs up to Coach J-Ram, to Anna Bear, to Sharpshooter, and to Joe Buddy, that all contributed to helping my son's 13th birthday come up from the ashes when I was having a really bad time this last week. And just to give you an update on my sister and her husband, they are doing fairly well. If you didn't know, my sister and her husband got COVID. And I talked to a couple of people behind the scenes about it, but just to give you an update, I've spoken to her. They're doing fairly well. Her husband is a little more unwell than herself, but at present, they're perfectly getting on with it. The 3 kids, we don't know if they have COVID, and then going to be tested when they go back to school in a week's time anyway. So there was no point giving them 2 tests. They'll have it in a week when they go back to school. But it is a high chance that mummy and daddy have it, and so they will as well. But all kids are, if you consent to having it done, are having a COVID test. My son is having it next Thursday before he goes back to school. He's having it in his first lesson when he goes back on Thursday. He'll have a COVID test. I can't see it coming up as anything because he's not been poorly the last year, but you never know. Yeah, he's having a COVID test. It's his birthday next week. All is good. Like I said, thank you to everyone that bought presents. I picked up his clothes today. He's got a new sweatshirt and a new t-shirt for while he's here. Because obviously he goes backwards and forwards to his dad's to mine. So I bought some clothes here. And then when lockdown has finished and I can take him to Primark, I'm going to go get him some new trousers with the money that you guys donated. So thank you to everybody that helped donate to make my son's birthday. I can't thank you enough. I was having a rough week, and some good friends on YouTube decided that they wanted to help me. And as much as I don't like taking charity, I was desperate. And these are really good friends. So if you haven't supported Sharpshooter or Coach J-Ram or Anna Bear or Joe Buddy, please do like, subscribe to their channels and follow them. I don't know if Joe loads anything anymore, but I'm still giving you a shout out, Joe, because you did donate to help my son's birthday. And I'm much appreciated to everyone. Like I said, 2K, I've done really well, and I haven't had Eli's help, if he'd like to wonder that. He hasn't helped my channel. He didn't help my channel back in the day either. He was always telling me that we could be great and that I could get my channel up, and all I needed to do was come on his panel, and I never went on it. And I don't intend to go on Eli's panel, ever. I never wanted to talk to the guy. I didn't want to associate with the guy. I didn't want anything from Eli back then. All I wanted to do was sit behind the scenes and troll him, which is what I did do. And I plotted and schemed against him, and me and Gordo had a whale of a time. So suck on it, Eli. But yeah, I was hoping, like I said, to stream from the ducks. It didn't go to plan. My phone has decided that it hates me. I had an appointment this morning that was late, so then I was late going out. And then when I got to Asda to pick up my son's stuff, there were so many people. You wouldn't believe we're in a lockdown with the amount of people that were in Asda this morning. The queue was absolutely enormous. And I thought I'd go there before lunchtime and it would be quiet, and I was totally wrong. It was an absolute hive. There were people everywhere. It was incredibly chocker at Asda. So first my appointment was late, and then when I got to Asda, it was backed up. And then by the time I got to the duck pond, for some reason my phone decided it had enough. I don't know why. It just gave up. And then it turns out I've run out of StreamYards, which is awesome. So now I either have to wait for StreamYards until the 8th, or I pay to have unlimited streams each month, which is annoying. I can stream like this through YouTube, but I can't have anybody on. This is just the basic stream package. If you want to have somebody on your stream, you now have to have StreamYards, which is annoying to say the least. It's just another way of getting your money, kind of thing, which is fine, you know. But that's fine. We can work around that. Plotted and schemed. Yeah, we plot and scheme, Kool-Aid. Did you know that? We plot and scheme. Basically, I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is plot and scheme, because that's my day. I don't have anything else to fill my day with, being unemployed. So what I do is I plot and scheme in the morning, then I have lunchtime, and then I plot and scheme in the afternoon. Yeah, and if you want to check out Anna Bear's channel, Coach has put it in the chat. If you like playing trivia games, things like Murder Party, Fibbage, You Don't Know Jack, the rap game, you can join Anna Bear and Coach J-Rom on that channel. The links are both in the chat box. Play some really fun games on that. I had a whale of a time the other night. I did leave at one point because I obviously got the news about my sister having COVID, and I left. And then I came back and I whipped some booty in the rap battle. I was like, or I tried to whip some ass. I can't rap for shit. I just write bollocks in there basically, and it came out as, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, really? Okay. We'll go with that. I'll agree with you. And Quiplash was hilarious. You're doing an hour or so tonight. Oh, cool. I'll see if I can I'll see if I can make it. I don't know what I have planned this evening. Any plans? Excuse me. I got up really early for an appointment, and it was late. I could have had some more sleep. Well, yeah, I'll definitely see if I can make it. Obviously, with the time difference between me and you, I'll have to see if I'm still awake by then, depending on when you go live tonight. But I will try and make it, even if I just pop in and say hi. I do go to people's streams, even if I can't stay long, and I just pop in and say hi. But I love playing the games with Anna. She's so funny in it. She's like, take that. Yeah, I'm winning. She's so into it. It's so adorable. And she's so sweet. Her and Coach J-Rom make a lovely couple. And it's just fun hanging out with some people. Like I said, I live in a flat with my oldest son, and he's generally in his room. So unless I have my young son here, I am kind of by myself most of the time. With lockdown still in place, you don't have a lot of freedom still. And unfortunately, that's the UK at the minute. I've been up this morning. I did go to pick up my son's thing from Asda. I nipped to the bakery. I went and got some scratch cards, and I basically came home. That's literally my life at the minute. You can only exercise for an hour a day. And then, so I could go to the shops, do my shopping, and then go out for an hour's exercise. It is separate to you going out shopping. So when I went out shopping today, I could then go back out and do an hour's exercise and walk around the block, or do an hour of something outside. Most people, I think, don't really adhere to that, and they're not just doing an hour's walk or an hour's exercise outside. I think that's um, not being followed. I think that's one of the things where we're like, look, we're outside. Doesn't matter how long we're out, as long as you're following guidelines and wearing masks and keeping your distance from people. I don't see the harm in it of being outside most of the day, as long as you stick to the rules. When you're near other people. But yeah, the title of the stream, I felt very highly about it yesterday when I sat here minding my own business, watching Netflix, and I got the message. And Riley said that he was done with RJ, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Have to find out. Obviously, best place to look would be RJ stream. Went straight over there, and what did I see? Coach Eli and RJ singing and laughing, and that was it for me. That was it for me. The fact that RJ had re-invited Eli to come back for round 2 of this so-called interview, which wasn't an interview. He wasn't interrogating him. He wasn't trying to get answers out of him. They were laughing, joking, and singing. That to me is not an interview or an interrogation or getting the truth out of somebody. That was them two hanging out as best buddies. And that's where I draw the line. So I hope you're happy, RJ. I hope whatever Eli has promised you comes through for you. But I can't see whatever it is that he's promised you lasting long. I mean, on average, what do you get? A couple of weeks out of all of this, and then either Eli gets tired and bored and goes off, or RJ's had enough of your bullshit. It all falls apart in good time. And the best thing about it? The best thing about all of this is we sit there on the sidelines and we watch this shit unfold. We just watch from the sidelines. We don't interfere. I'm not going to RJ and saying, look here, you need to leave Eli. And I'm not going to Eli saying it's a bad idea to get with RJ. You let the two get together and then you just watch it crumble from the back. You just watch it crumble from the side. And like I said, I picked that RJ would flip flop the day he came back to YouTube, the day he came to Riley's stream, self-invited, mind you. Riley didn't invite him on the panel, he just came on. So RJ had an agenda when he went to Riley's stream in the first place, and Eli had an agenda when he went on RJ's. And in fairness, both of them probably deserve each other. And what will happen is at some point things will come to a head and we will watch it fall apart. We will be there to watch every second of it. And then RJ will try and worm his way back over here saying that Eli brainwashed him or something. And Eli will be saying that we got involved and we took RJ away from him or some shit. And we're just going to laugh at the sidelines at all this bullshit and how funny it is. And that's how we work. We sit on the sidelines and we watch it fall apart. We don't instigate it. We watch it fall apart. Good morning, Gemma. How are we this evening? I couldn't stay and watch your full stream last night with Lunatic Dad because honestly, it was 1:30 and girl's got to get her beauty sleep because she's suffering right now with her skin. Look at this shit. Look at this. I'm drying out wearing too many masks. But I did see you had Lunatic Dad last night, and I would have stayed longer, but it was 1:30 in the morning, and unfortunately, I had to get my beauty sleep. Raven doesn't look this good with a bad night's sleep. So I did come in, I did say hi, I was there for like 10 minutes, and then I had to get on out of there. I was literally off to bed. I literally came off Soulless live stream. I said goodnight to Soulless, and then I saw you alive, and I thought, oh, I'll just pop in and say hi. And then I saw you were Lunatic Dad, and then I had to go to bed. It's horrible to have the time difference between here and the UK, because when Jamie or anybody else goes live, it's always really late. It's like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I just can't stay up that late. As much as I'd like to watch their channels, sometimes the time difference is a killer. And unfortunately, you and Lunatic Dad, it was just too late for me to stay up till 1:30 and join in. But I did come and say hi, which is the main thing. And as you know, on YouTube, you can always watch replays and go back and watch it at a later date, which is great when it comes to some of the streams. Oh, you're at hers tonight, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I understand. Yeah, it is a shame, you know, the difference between the streams. I was at Trenchy's stream last night, and it was like 8 o'clock at his. When you go to Trenchy's stream, it was 8 o'clock where he was last night, but it was like nearly 2 a.m. where I am. The time difference is not good when you're trying to support people in America or Canada or Australia or wherever else they are. It's hard to watch their streams. That's Discord going off constantly. I'm so popular. I did give you a mention. Well, thank you, Gemma. I did, like I said, come over. I honestly didn't have a lot of time. It was late, so it's 8:25 where I am. So it's 2:25 where you are. It's 1:30. It's 1:30. It's 1:30 p.m. So you are 8:28, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. You're 5 hours ahead of us, Coach. It's 1:30 here. So you're on the East Coast. Hey, Trash Picture Show, liking the hat. Yeah, it's part of my channel. If you go back to my old live streams, I used to wear a hat all the time. It became my thing. Holy shit, you're in the future. We are in the future. Look, it's 1:30. Yeah, we're 5 hours ahead. And believe me, it's no better being 5 hours ahead. The same shit still happens. How are you this morning, Trust Picture? Hopefully you're feeling better today. Life is shit at the minute, but there is a silver lining. Lockdown will eventually end and we will be out of this shit. It's going to come off just before my birthday. Lockdown's going to finish on the 21st of June and my birthday is the 26th, and my God, am I going out to party. I will go to the nearest pub, watering hole, club, whatever I can get my hands on, and go out for my birthday. I think I deserve it after the year I've had. And last year was horrendous. And 2020 doesn't even exist in my book. It was just a year that we just missed. We jumped to 21, and honestly, the first 6 months has probably been a shit show by the time you look at it. But you know, I woke up 4 hours. I woke up 4 hours ago for an hour and then went back to bed. Don't blame you, Trash Picture. The problem is trying to watch Trenchy. Like I said, the time difference always gets me with Trenchy. He live streams, you know, 6 in the evening, but it's like midnight here. It's really hard to stream with him sometimes, which is fine. You know, it happens. Hopefully I can go on a panel sometime. I've got to rework out how to get out on a panel because I haven't done that shit in ages. It's been a while since I've been on a panel myself. I do my own streams and I have people on my panel, but I haven't been on anybody else's panel in a while. And honestly, I can't remember how to set it up. Going onto somebody else's stream where you have to have headphones or earphones or something so you can hear it playing. But still talk, I don't know. Haven't done it in ages. I'll have to because I like talking and socializing, and sometimes Trenchy's asked me on his stream and I just can't remember how to do it. I'm like a dinosaur now. I forget things. But yeah, I haven't been on anyone's stream in like, you know, 18 months, 2 years. It's been ages. But yeah, I definitely want to go on some people's streams. I think people listen to my opinions, possibly. Who knows? Um, that's what I'm going to say. I had something else I was going to say, and it's what happens when you're getting old. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Like I said, I was up late last night. You're more than welcome to come on mine, and I'm not too late starting. Yeah, I love Trinchy, and I love Lunatic Dad, and I love other people that do their live streams. It's just the time difference gets me all the time. It ends up being so late here. Like I said, Trinchy was live last night at like 6 in the evening, and it was midnight at mine. You know, it's a killer when it comes to streaming with people across the pond, because I like to watch Lycan Theory, and he'll start streaming at 2 in the morning for me. It's not 2 in the morning for him, but it is for me. And then, I'm exhausted. So I mostly end up watching replays. I must admit, from my American people, I do try to come to their streams, but I end up watching replays most of the time. I love my American crowd, but trying to stream late enough for them to join in, or late enough for them to be awake, generally, because of the time difference. They're 5 and 7 hours behind us. So when I live stream at tea time, some people are just getting up. And when I go to bed in the evening, they're having their dinner. Just see what I mean? It's a crazy, crazy time. And Australia is even worse. I have a friend in Australia called Chopper's Rule, and I live stream now, and he's already on the next day. So when I said, stuff happened on Friday for me, he's already on Saturday. He's like, well, that's in the past for me. We're on Saturday over here. He's literally an entire day ahead of us, which is crazy to think that the world can run like that. To be an entire day ahead in Australia and us to be a day behind. What's an ideal time for you? What, live streaming? I mean, when I normally live stream in the evening myself, I usually live stream around 6 o'clock. I kind of live stream in like bits and pieces. If I live stream at lunchtime, I kind of do it around midday, because I know people are going to be sitting down and having lunch, so they've got time to watch YouTube. And then when I do it at tea time, I kind of do it around 6, so that people are having their tea. And most people, when they have their tea, will be watching YouTube. They just will. And then when I do a late night stream, which I haven't done in ages, can't remember the last time I did a late night stream. I used to do a late night stream at around 10 p.m. So it's never too late. So I usually do a lunchtime around 12, a tea time round was around 6, and if I did a late night with Raven, which I haven't done in ages, it used to be about 10. See, yeah, it's hard in the UK to be such a time difference, because I love watching people in America. I have so many friends that have channels, and it's hard. It's just hard watching them. Um, but yeah, see, loyalty comes into that as well. I try and make it to people's streams. I'm loyal to watching them and loyal to hanging out with them, and it's a hard thing to do it. But I do try. I do try to be loyal to people. When I say I'm going to turn up to a stream, I try and turn up. When I try and say I'm going to do a stream, I try and keep to it. Today has obviously got awry because my phone's had issues. My appointments got held up, and I am still sitting here, and it is 2, and I was meant to be in a graveyard streaming, but unfortunately, it's just not gone right. It's hard, especially when 2 or 3 people are on at the same time. Yeah, I do try and not live stream when other people are on. I'll do a 10 p.m. one at some stage. Yeah, I used to do late night ones. I didn't do them very often, but I have done a late night with Raven. And with the fact I live mainly by myself now, I can do a late night stream. I don't have to worry about waking up my children as such. Um, I do find panels a bit overwhelming. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I've always been slightly overwhelmed on a panel. I can handle so many people, but when they get to a point where there's just too many on a panel, it becomes overwhelming. I don't know if it's like intimidation or anxiety, but I get a little bit reserved and a little bit kind of quieter. Um, my panels that I used to have on my channel used to be one or two people. I never used to have more than two plus myself. So there'd be three of us. There'd be me and there'd be two other people. And I think that was about right. You'd have three pictures of you on the screen. It was easy to listen to each other. It was easy to follow what you were talking about. Um, everyone got chance to say stuff. But I think when you get to a point that you're getting three, four, five, six, anywhere up to 10 people you can have on your panel, I think it gets a little bit too intimidating for me and a little bit too much. I could be wrong in that, and everyone else could be like, well, more the merrier. Um, but I find that I get a little bit too much. Six max and more is hard to control the conversation. Yeah. I mean, if you use StreamYards, you can have six people on the basic pack, six people on the basic pack. And if you pay for the higher pack, you can have up to 10 people. Now, I don't know about you, but I couldn't talk to 10 people at once. I don't know how you would hold a conversation with 10 people. I struggle to have a conversation with two or three, to keep them engaged and to keep chatting. I don't think I could do 10. I think, like you said, Trashed, six is probably enough. I think even with six, it can be a little bit overbearing. 10 is an insane idea for me. Yeah, I think 10's crazy. I mean, an average stream for me, if you take like Trenchy's stream last night, you had Trenchy, you had Ian, and you had yourself, and that was perfect. There was three of you on screen. It was easy to follow the conversation. The other night when Trenchy did a stream, he had five people on there. There was himself, there was you, there was Ian, there was Mark, and I think there was Art. Is he called Art? And he had five on there, and that became a little bit much for me. I was trying to kind of listen to the conversation, but everyone kind of tries to talk, and then it becomes a little bit much. So I think when Trenchy did his stream last night and he had three people, I think it was a lot easier to follow the conversation and that. But that's just my personal preference. I do think a chat can be a little bit overbearing and a little bit too much. And I think it tires you out trying to follow the stream and trying to listen to it with too many people. And I think a three or a four-person stream is probably my max. You can have a good debate, you can have a good conversation with that kind of amount of people, you can go backwards and forwards with banter. And I think the more you get on there, the conversation is more chip choppy because everybody wants to say something, and it becomes exhausting, I think, to watch it, let alone being in it. I think the people watching it get exhausted. If you get civil people, it's not bad, but three is better. Yeah. Yeah, if you get a band of six people that can talk and hold a conversation and are basically just talking, it's perfectly fine. But when you're getting like 3, 4, 5, 6 and more on there that just want to bash each other, and they're chipping in here, there, and everywhere. It gets a bit much for me. And I can't follow the conversation with being half deaf if I can't hear individual people. If they're all talking over each other, it gets muffled, and I can't really keep up with the conversation. So there's always that point of it. Yeah, 3 is civil. I think 3 is kind of like you can have banter and you can have chat, but it's not getting too much for you. I think the best thing with the live streams is that yes, you can talk to people, but I think having other people on your stream also gives you people to talk to. But I don't like it when it gets too much. It's my personal opinion, obviously. Everyone has the choice of how many people they have on their live stream, and if you want to have 10 people on your live stream, then have 10 people on your live stream. That's perfectly fine. It's just that the more you have, for me, with losing half of my hearing, it's hard to keep up with the conversations if multiple people are talking over each other. But that obviously is just my issue because of my hearing. Other people might find that it's engaging and stimulating and informative to have more than one person's opinion. But I find it overbearing, and it's like anxiety inducing. But yeah, I'd love to come on a panel with you trashed at some point. I don't know how necessarily to get onto it. I think I need headphones in my laptop so I can hear the stream, and then I can talk through my headphones, and then I turn the stream off on the TV so that it doesn't play. I think that's the gist of it. I could be wrong. Like I said, I haven't been on a panel in, it must be 18 months, 2 years. And I used to be on a panel quite a lot. I used to go on the coffee mornings with Jeanette Pickering all the time. And then we had a falling out, and I haven't been back since. And since then, I've not really been on a live stream. I kind of backed away from it all. But yeah, live streaming is a good thing for your channel. And it can create conversation, it can create banter, and it can build your little community. What you use for, say, this StreamYards, this is just YouTube. This is just YouTube Studio that I'm filming from right now. But normally I would use StreamYards. But my StreamYards has run out. That would be eBay. That means an item has sold. That's my cha-ching noise. That means money. But yeah, this is YouTube Studio that I'm filming with now. And then when I do my live streams, when I have people on my panel, I use StreamYards, which is currently ran out until the 8th, unless I can get, like Coach said, another month free. But yeah, I'd love to come on someone's panel to share my opinions. I don't have a lot of opinions on stuff. I mean, usually I do my live streams and I get my opinions out for the day, but I'm willing to talk about anything and everything. And basically, I just like hanging out with people. During lockdown, we really haven't been allowed to talk to people and socialize. And yes, you can talk over a Zoom call or you can phone somebody, but it's not the same as meeting somebody in real life. It can't compare with hanging out with people down the pub, at the park, out shopping, on a beach. It's just not the same. It's like a disconnection from talking to them over a screen. But with YouTube, it's a way of connecting with people. Instead of just me sitting here with the chat, talking to someone on the stream bridges that gap. And hopefully, everything I've said so far today, obviously it'll get a dislike because Coach Eli can't help but watch my channel. And I'm sure he's disliked it already. Look, yay, it's got a dislike. Thank you, Eli, for coming to my stream. Love you, Eli. I'm so glad that you took the time to dislike my stream. You obviously have more free time and actually watch my channel, which is great because that's just another subscriber that I need. But yeah, there's a dislike. Eli's already disliking my live streams, and it really shows his maturity. Because his one dislike and my 5 upvotes, you're gonna do nothing to me, Eli. So you can try. You live much longer. I have no idea. I hadn't planned to go live as early. I was meant to be live at 2, but things went wrong. I honestly don't know how much longer I'm live for. I might have to go get some lunch at some point. I can always come back and live stream this evening. Um, in all honesty, the only plans I have might be playing Final Fantasy VII, the remake, which is pretty cool. I've got it on my PlayStation now, and actually, I can't wait to play it. If you don't know what Final Fantasy is, you've probably lived under a rock, in a cave, on Mars. Mike Pimp tweets your live if you like. Yeah, by all means. I might be here for another 10-15 minutes. I hadn't really decided. You're more honest and entertaining than that other person. Well, thank you, Gemma. I'd like to think so. But yeah, he decided to downgrade my video because he has basically no life and he's got all this free time to go around and downvote people, which is perfectly fine. Because on YouTube you're allowed an opinion, and your opinion is, Eli, that your butt hurt. By all means, downgrade my video. You're not going to stop my channel, Eli, with the fact I have 2K. You can downgrade my video all you like, Eli. You can take your little one finger and you can stick it, my friend. But yeah, we know Eli watches our videos because on my live streams, they get one downvote and one downvote only, and that's quite clear who did it, isn't it? Let's be honest. Who would downgrade a video by just 1 point and nobody else disagrees with me? It can only be one person, and that is Coach Eli, who is obviously watching my stream. So good morning, Eli, wherever you are. Thank you for watching my stream and finding out, that no one likes you, although you didn't need to watch a stream to find that one out. But I hope you're getting some coaching advice here, Eli. I hope you're loving my coaching because it's obviously better than your own. Eli's a finger sniffer. Yeah, he downgraded my video once again because he has nothing better to do. It's sad, really, that he'll go around and downgrade people's videos. It's the only downgrade I ever get. And it's only since I've been talking about Eli. So it's quite clear who's doing it. Quite clear who's doing it. If I wasn't live streaming, my video wouldn't be downvoted. But because I'm live streaming and because Eli is butthurt, it has to be downvoted because, he has to get his opinion out. And he can't come on the channel and comment in the chat because then that would prove he actually came here. Now, a downvote can be done by anybody. Well, we know it's downvoted by Eli. If he wanted to chat in the chat and voice his own opinion, he could by all means. I have no problems. He's not banned. No one is banned. Because amazingly, I believe that to get your channel somewhere, you don't ban people because you talk to them, you listen to them. If Riley or Gemma or Coached or anybody was going to have a difference of opinion in my chat, would I ban them for that? Hell no. Why would I ban people for having a conversation and an opinion? If anything, I would welcome their opinion. That's why I did a live stream on RJ and said, look, comment in the chat. Do you agree with what RJ is doing? Are you going to be part of his community? Are you going to watch RJ? What are we deciding that is happening with RJ? And everybody commented in the chat their own opinions. This is a forum for debate. If people wanted to write in the chat and say, look, I get where you're coming, Raven, but I still want to support RJ, they can still support RJ. I don't have a problem with that. They can come in here and say their opinion, and I wouldn't take their wrench away. I wouldn't delete them. I would just read their opinion and move on with the stream. I wouldn't delete them. I wouldn't say, look, you're wrong, and bash the person and say, oh, you crazy? RJ and Eli are nutters. I'm open to opinions when it comes to every stream. You tried to go to RJ's stream yesterday and I'm still blocked. Well, I don't know, Jem. Like I said, I won't talk to Eli and RJ, so unfortunately, I can't help you there. The only person, like I said, that might have been able to help you was Lauren, and Lauren said she didn't block you. So unless Eli's got a wrench and he's blocked you, I honestly don't know, Jem. I did try. Like I said, I got hold of Lauren and to see if Lauren knew what was going on. But what was I saying? Yeah, my platform is an open forum. If Eli was to come in here now and comment in the box and said that he had a problem or an issue, I would listen to their opinions, both RJ and Eli. They could comment in the chat and I wouldn't delete their comment and I would listen to them. Would I take everything they're saying in? No. It would probably just, fall on deaf ears, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. It's okay. I laughed. It's childish. It is childish. They're both children. They're both big babies on YouTube. They're big, whiny babies. That's all those two are. So when Eli does his stream today, it will probably be some recap of the last 3 years wrapped up in a bow. And then he'll have one of his old videos thrown in for good measure, because apparently these old videos claim that he's a YouTuber and that he was a nice person. It's amazingly you don't show the streams where you're a complete lunatic on them and that you were basically off your rocker. It's surprising that you just show the ones where you're normal, isn't it, Eli? Amazing that. Raven, what do you sell on eBay? I sell anything and everything. My eBay link is in my description box on my channel. I sell everything from DVDs, books, makeup, jewelry, homeware, clothes. I'll sell anything that I can get my hands on. And as soon as the car boots reopen, the thrift stores reopen, I will be there thrifting and car booting and trying to get some deals. Also, I buy from wholesale and I buy from eBay to resell. I buy job lots off of Facebook Marketplace. It's basically a hobby of mine, but it does make some extra good money. I do pretty well from it. I'm also considering selling my stuff on Ziffit. It's called Ziffit, I think it is. Ziffit, yeah. I'm also using this app called Ziffit to scan books, DVDs, and CDs to make money. So I am using lockdown and my back disorder as a way of finding other finances. So the Ziffit app, which I'm not sponsored by, I just use it. You can sell books on there. You can sell DVDs and CDs, and all you do is scan the barcode. They tell you how much they're worth. Then you put them in a box, and they're picked up by a courier. And when that arrives at their depot, and the books are put and the box is scanned at their end, you then receive your money for your order. So books, DVDs, and CDs I can make money from if they don't sell on eBay and they're sellable on this app. And then I sell all my other stuff on eBay. But yeah, the description for my eBay, the link for my eBay is in my description, and it features in the description of every video that's on my channel. It just says eBay, and if you click on that link, you'll be taken straight to my eBay. It's a hobby. I hurt my back 4 or 5 years ago now, and it became a hobby, and I've just carried on ever since. So, I've carried on ever since doing it. It became a hobby when I hurt my back, and then I just got more stuff, and I just started enjoying it. And um, I do make a bit of money on there, you know, now and then. Action figures. I have sold action figures before. At one point, I did have some Dorbs that I sold. Um, at one point that I got in I think it was a My Geek box many years ago, and I did sell some Marvel Dorbs. I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. I don't really do the action figures, or I do toys for children mainly, like learning, educational. Since lockdown, they've sold really well. But I have sold Dorbs at one point. Like I said, I got them in, I think it was a My Geek box many moons ago. Um, I sold comics back in the day that I got from My Geek boxes and other boxes, and they've all gone. So I don't have any of them left. But yeah, I would quite happily go to a car boot, pick up some action figures, pick up some Funko Pops, maybe Dorbs, you know, that kind of thing, and sell on eBay. You do get a bit of a markup when you sell them on eBay. You can make some money. Depending on how cheap you can get them at a car boot or a thrift store or buying them from wholesale. You can get mystery boxes on eBay that sell Funko Pops and stuff like that. So you can get, like, I can't remember if they're 10, 15, or £20 mystery boxes full of Funko Pops, which I think is a really cool way of getting into the Funko Pop world or the action figure world. Then you could like Dorbs, they're a new one. And a channel I would suggest watching is the Review Spot. If you don't know who the Review Spot is, he is a YouTuber who reviews action figures, things from like franchises. He does quite a lot of unboxings, and he reviews figures from things like Nightmare on Elm Street. He's done anime figures. He has his entire channel dedicated to reviewing action figures. He then opens the horror pack once a month. He does the Lutaku crate. He opens the My Geek boxes. He opens the Loot Crate boxes, or he did. He opens Geek Fuel. It's a really cool channel. It's called The Review Spot. It's a really cool channel. I go to his videos twice a day to watch him. He does a premiere usually, and then he'll do a review video. So it's a really good channel. But like I said, I haven't really sold action figures in a while. But you never know what you're going to come across at a yard sale or a thrift store or a car boot. You have to keep your eyes open for stuff to sell. It's how you make a profit nowadays. Buy low and sell high is my motto. If that's how you want to make some money on YouTube, um, or money in this day and age, aside from things like YouTube or working, I'm obviously not monetized at the minute, which is a shame because I'd love to be. But I have to get my watch hours up, so I have to live stream to get my watch hours up, and then I have to continue to live stream, which isn't as easy as it sounds. I have the subscribers, view count is through the roof, but my videos that I make are quite short, which means my watch time isn't as great. Even though I'm getting the views through the roof, the actual watch time is quite short because usually my videos are around 3 to 10 minutes. Which is why I was told that if I live stream for like the next 6 months, it will put my views and my watch time up quite considerably. And then I might get monetized, but then it's keeping to that constantly. And that's a hard one to do. Once you get up there, you do get more help, more promotion, and it's probably easier to keep your watch time then. Um, that's just Discord. But yeah, I sell a variety of stuff. And at the minute, it's just a hobby. It's just a way of making some money. It is time consuming, listing, selling, relisting, but it's a way of making money. And in this day and age, you need to make a buck. You've got to find a way to. But yeah, like I said, Coach J Rum said that Anna Bear is going live tonight to do a gaming stream. So if you want to join the gaming stream tonight, Anna Bear is doing that this evening. Her link was in the chat earlier. If you come by any Jurassic Park or Alien figures, let me know, and I will pay well. Jurassic Park or Alien, okay? I will keep an eye out. I watch him and I do review figures myself. Oh, you do watch him? Oh, that's cool, Trash. Yeah, I love watching the review spot. He's so funny. I have 5 virtual videos that get me watch time. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have enough videos on my channel now to try and secure being monetized. I just need the watch time. And my videos have always been like sort of 3 to 10 minutes long. Some of them are longer if they're a haul video, but they're generally between 3 and 10 minutes. And I've always been told the sweet spot on YouTube is a video that lasts between 10 and 16. If you can get a video to last between 10 and 16, apparently the algorithm picks it up more than shorter videos, so I've been told. And to look at times of the day to film is always a good thing. If you go in your analytics, it will tell you times of the day when the best days are to load your videos based on your previous watches. So that also helps you. I'm filming my Alex Reed video shortly. Oh, cool, Gemma. Like I said, I'm going to go back and check your video out from Lunatic Dad from last night. Hello, Dark Hearts. What was I saying? Do you hate that one? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, my brain this morning is... Sorry, I had to leave for a bit and I am back. Did you have to go back to your basement, Solus? Did they chain you up in your basement all night, Solus, or were you eventually allowed out? Hey, how are you? It's good to see you, fam. Well, thank you, Dark Hearts. Yeah, I've been live streaming for over an hour and a half. We talked about a lot today, to be fair. We bashed Coach Eli, as usual. We talked about live streaming. We talked about the time difference on how hard it is to live stream with our friends in America. We've talked about my eBay reselling. We've talked about me and my YouTube channel. We've talked about a lot today. Unlike some people, I don't need a blog to make a YouTube live stream. I managed to talk for an hour and a half, which is a great communication skill that some people just lack. No chains. Oh, you're not chained in the basement. Fair enough. They let you out. Yo, Chenchi, you sexy fucker. Oh, well, thank you, Trashed Picture. If he didn't know he was a sexy fucker, he does now. I share a channel with my wife now. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to have to check you out again, Dark Hearts. It's nice when you can have a couples channel. You might be interested in J Rom's channel. He's a duo with his future wife, Anna Bear. They have a beautiful channel together. They have a channel called Twisted 50s, which is a BDSM channel. I don't know whether you're into that kind of thing, Dark Hearts, but they have a BDSM channel called Twisted 50s. And then Anna has a gaming channel herself where they play things like Quidditch and Quiplash and Murder Party and that stuff. They have like a gaming channel she does. And then Coach J Rom's channel is kind of shoot the shit channel, chat, banter, and hang out kind of channel. So yeah, definitely check out everyone in the chat. I have 9 thumbs up now. Thank you to everybody. If you haven't already thumbed this up and you hate Coach Eli, thumb up my channel because it annoys the hell out of him. He absolutely hates the fact that I only get 1 down like, and it's only him that's disagreeing with my channel. You and your wife take turns gaming. Oh, do you? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check you out, Dark Hearts. I've just got the Final Fantasy VII Remake for free on PSN, which is pretty cool. I actually get to play that today. I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I didn't want to pay the 60 or 70 pounds to buy it. And this month, they've actually put it for free. And I couldn't believe it. I've just got like a 60, 70 pound game for free. And I get to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I've been wanting to for like the last year. It's going to be such a good time for me to be able to play it because I have so much free time. But yeah, it's nice to see couples on YouTube doing channels. I do like the banter between a couple. It can be really good on a YouTube channel to have 2 different sides of a coin. But thank you, Dark Hearts. Remnant from the Ashes is a Dark Souls with guns. I love it. It's because I get to help people beat bosses and revive them. Sounds absolutely wonderful. I do like games with shooting in and the dark side of gaming. I have always been into the darker side of gaming. Things like Resident Evil, Amnesia. I always like games with a dark undertone in them. Devil May Cry. What else has got a dark undertone? That kind of thing. Remnant from the Ashes is free, also on PS4. Perfect. I do like a free game. I don't mind playing. I don't mind. Hang on. Let me see. Hang on. There we go. Add me on PS4 is Dark Heart Killer 9. Okay, thank you very much. I will take a look this afternoon and I'll add you. Thank you for that, Dark Heart. Remnants from the Ashes. That's a pretty cool game. Like I said, I do like games with dark undertones. Amnesia was probably the best game I've ever played. Amnesia started my gaming enthusiasm. I watched Markiplier play it on YouTube and I was just hooked to the game, absolutely hooked to it. And then things like Resident Evil had already caught my eye before Markiplier played Amnesia. And then I've been playing more. I play things like Sherlock Holmes. I've played Dear Edith, which was a brilliant little game. I have Remnants because it's a great couple game if you like keeping your loved ones alive. Oh, that's sweet. I'll have to check it out. Remnants from the Ashes. And I will definitely look up your gamer tag online. I like the fact, look at that, 9 upvotes. Thank you, everybody. I'm sure Eli will come on his sock account and start downgrading it more because apparently my content isn't very good, apparently. Apparently I don't have a community, I don't have content. I beg to differ. Raven, check out an English YouTuber called Ashen. He buys pound shop and bootleg stuff and he's hilarious. Yeah, Ashen is the shit. Ashen is really cool. I haven't seen his film yet. He's got a film, hasn't he? Like a mini film. And I can't remember what it's called, but he's hilarious. He also hangs out with another channel I like called Barry Lewis, who's a cooking show. And him and Ashen do things at like Christmas where they buy the Christmas sandwiches and they review them. And then they tried to see what stuff can be waffled with a waffle iron, and it was hilarious. And I do love his pound shop hauls. He makes everything just so funny, but he's done a film, and I can't think what it's called. It was about a game that never kind of existed. I can't think what it's called. Is it Polybus? Polybus. His Polybus, yeah, Polybus Heist. They reviewed expired. They reviewed expired food too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Polybus yet. I haven't watched it, but I'm sure it's going to be funny because, like I said, Barry Lewis is in it from a cooking channel. And Ashen is actually from Norwich, which is near where I am. Ashen is actually from Norwich, and I used to live in Norwich, and I used to go to Norwich all the time. And he actually lives in Norwich, which is an all right city. I don't know if it was filmed in Norwich at all. I think some of it was filmed in Norwich. I can't remember. But I do know Ashen is from Norwich. He mentions it quite a lot. And I do love his pound shop reviews. He's like, well, what tap do we have this week? And I love pound shop. I do love going to the pound shop myself. Let's be fair, everyone likes the idea of getting a bargain for a pound. Let's be honest. And expired food, I mean, some of that stuff he's had on there makes me heave, but he's hilarious in the way he actually does it. So it's really good. Oh, what is the time? I have been live streaming for nearly 2 hours. Get me doing really well. Yeah, it's 2:15. Well, who knew? It's getting on. I haven't even eaten yet. I haven't had a thing to eat. I should really eat. I do have some really nice Easter cakes that I got from the local bakery and some cheese scones to have for lunch. So it's going to be a nice afternoon tea for me. I'm going to have my scones and my cakes. And I'm going to be really British and have afternoon tea, basically. But it'll be afternoon tea with scones, cake, and Dr. Pepper because I don't drink tea. But it's close enough. I've never actually been for afternoon tea, although there are loads of places around me that do afternoon tea. He has vodka as hand wash to remove the taste out of his mouth. He had beans from 1992. I did see a can that he did. I think it was a can. I can't remember what it was. He did a can of I can't remember if it was a canned chicken or something, and it looked horrendous. I think it was chicken in a can or something. And he flopped it out on the plate, and oh my god, I honestly thought I was going to be sick, and I'm not the one smelling or eating it. It was absolutely discolored. It looked horrendous. It looked bad. It was just bad. He did beef burger in a can before. I think it was beef burger in a can he reviewed. And my stomach was doing flip-flops just watching him. I thought of it myself. But it's a really cool channel. I like his take on the Poundland stuff and his take on it. But yeah, we have some cool channels that we watch trash. Like you said, you watch the review spot, you watch this. I have quite a lot in common with people that I talk to on YouTube. That's what makes a live stream and a chat, that you have similar interests and you watch similar stuff. I can't believe people have stayed here and listened to me for nearly 2 hours. I myself don't think I'm that interesting. That could just be me. But if we can get it to 10 thumbs up, that would be awesome. I'm missing just one. And that 10 would counteract Eli's one massively. So if you haven't already, just to reiterate, the thumbs up are to show Eli that I do have a decent channel and that his little one downvote means nothing. So if you haven't, please implore you to thumbs it up, or get your friends and family to just get anybody to thumbs it up, because it does knee him in the rattlers. Just jumping in to say hi, Raven. Gaming night will be around 5 p.m. Eastern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll be 10 o'clock. That's perfectly fine, Annabelle. 10 is fine. That'll be 10. That'll be 10 p.m. here. Wait a minute, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'll be 10 o'clock. So if you want to come to a gaming stream tonight, Annabelle Rom is doing a gaming stream. It will be at 10 p.m. UK time. You're even gonna make me dinner, but if you're on late, I'll swing by. Okay, well, thank you so much, Trash Picture Show. I think I'm gonna wrap it up and have my own dinner as well. That way I can be around for Anna's stream tonight. Gaming stream at around 10 p.m. Perfect, Anna. I will be there because you know me. I have to be the one to lose everything. I can't rap. Although I did do really good on the murder one. I was actually like one of the last people alive at one point, and then I died because, you know, it's just my luck. But thank you, Trash Picture. Thank you to Dark Huts, who's relatively new. You're an interesting and awesome streamer. Well, thank you, Dark Heart. I take that, every comment I get, I take that to heart. Thank you so much. Thank you to Riley. Thank you to Coach J-Ron. Thank you to Gemma. Who else turned up? I don't think I can go further back. And unfortunately, I have, Solus came and went and hid in his basement. Riley, Gemma. I've already mentioned Coach Kool-Aid. I forgot about Kool-Aid. Let's not forget about him. God, the good one made an appearance, like the emancipation that he is. He just turns up from nowhere. I haven't seen him in like a year, and then he just turns up all of a sudden. That's what God does. He comes and goes. But thank you to everyone that's watched my channel. Remember, if you want to see good content minus the channel to come to, if you want to have your brain melt from content, go see Coach Eli. Again, RJ, Eli, you deserve each other. I hope you're happy with each other, because if you two are together, then you're not coming to our channels, because we don't want you. Thank you for the downvote, Eli. Always a pleasure to have you watch my channel, and as always, eat a dick. And I will see everybody tonight, hopefully for Anna's gaming stream. Take care and thanks for watching. Love you all. Oh, hi, Brutal Mafia. I'm just about to shut down. Love you, Brutal.